Ready? Alright, this is a pre-trip on 849. Before we lift the cab up, you're going to come over here to these booms, lift this pin out, and then yank it out. If you don't do that, you're going to smash at your windshield. That's not fun. Then, it's easier to lift the cab up with both the doors open. So, under here, you're going to see a lever. You pull that lever towards you. Then, you open this. And then this is your safety latch. And then it'll practically open itself up for you. Like that. Then under here, you're going to find a little pin. This pin secures the knee in place so it doesn't come down on you. It's always good to have that as an option. From this side, you'll find your oil, which is right here. This you should be checking when the vehicle is off and cold. So pull it out, wipe it off, stick it back in, just until it's flush, back out, and then your oil level is right there. Where you want it to be is in between those two punctures. You'll see it better in person than you will up here, but as long as it's in there, you're good. Back here is your transmission. There's a little ring right here. You lift this lever or slide this to the side. It's like a little safety lever. This you're going to check while the vehicle is on and running and has been for a little bit, but it's going to be hard to hear me, so I'm just going to do it cold and I'm going to show you where it's supposed to be. Same concept, wipe it off, stick it back in, back out. And right now it's in the cold range because I haven't had it running long enough. But the hot range where it should be when you're checking it is in between these two dimples where there's an H. That tells you that all the fluid has gone through all the injectors and it's at the right level and you're not going to burn it up. If you ever have to refill any of these or top it off, that same hole where you just took that transmission stick out of, that's how you fill it. And then up here is how you fill the oil. That cap right there. And if you look right there, it'll tell you 11 quarts of 1540, and then it only takes the Zuzu transmission fluid. Do not put Mercon in it, you'll burn it up. While the cab is up, you can also check your treads a little easier. Stick your fingertip in there. If it comes halfway up, you're good. Check your lug nuts, make sure those are all tight. Kick your tire, make sure you have enough air in there. Check your shocks, make sure they're not covered in oil. If they are, they're blown. Look behind the tires, make sure you don't see anything dangling in the way. Also check the bottom of the rim. You'll see, if you see oil coming down there, that means your axle seals are bad. All that good stuff. Take a look at your front leaf springs, make sure none of those are cracked. And you should be good to go. Always make sure this cover is on here. This is one of your fuse box covers. That's important not to get all rusted and corroded. On this side, we're gonna go around. On this side, you'll find your coolant. You want this also to be in between the max and min range. Middle is usually the sweet spot, but as long as it's in there. Your power steering is right here. Once again, max and min range. You'll see those on the side. Min's down here, max is up here under this black cover. Here's your washer fluid. Make sure that's topped off. If it's not, that's actually a violation. And from this angle, you can kind of see a little bit better the serpentine belts. Make sure those aren't worn and damaged and hanging off the pulleys. That's not good if they are. I believe that's it for right there. Here's your fuel tank. Make sure that cap is on and tethered and tight. This is diesel only. So just make sure you're putting the right fuel in. Right now there's no tether, there will be. While you're passing this side, make sure you take a look at your duals. Make sure your fenders aren't touching your tires. You should be able to stick your whole arm in there. Check your treads. Check your lug nuts. Same kind of concept. Make sure your mud flaps aren't dragging on the ground and make sure they're not way too high up. Look at your leaf springs in the back. Make sure those aren't cracked. Kind of look in between your duals. Make sure you don't see any rocks in there because that could become a hazard. And you should be good to go for this part. One of my best friend Eric is going to put the cab down for me because he's a lot stronger than I am. Say hi, Eric.
One of my safety glasses on.
There's a pin in there. I put the pin in there. Yeah. So you undo the pin, you knock the knee out of place.
Without getting your fingers stuck in.
Yeah, don't get your fingers stuck in there, and you're going to gently let it down. Then you're going to latch it by pushing. You're going to latch it by pushing this part in, and then your cab should be secure as long as you pull up and it doesn't move. You're good. Good job. Oh, I got to do lights. Get that. Inside here. Easy. Your keys should never be left in the ignition. They should be in the box at the end of the day. But we're going to check all of our lights. I won't start it. It might be a little hard to hear me once I start it. So I'll just show you. Here's your wiper speed, or your headlights and parking lights. Make sure those are on. And this part controls your wiper speed. Turning that, and then pressing this button on the end makes your washer fluid come out. While you're doing this, make sure you look at your windshield. You don't see any cracks, damage, or anything like that. Same thing for the mirrors, all that good stuff. Your heater and defrost settings are right here in front of you on the dash. Make sure those work. Your height is really, really tiny right here, but it is here. It's 8.5. You're gonna need that information. Just the fog. And your weight rating is down here, 19.5. Your parking brake is located right here next to you. To engage it, you just pull up, and you should see a parking brake light come on. How you check that is you set your foot on the brake, and you put it into gear with your foot on the brake. You slowly let off the brake, and then if your truck doesn't move, that means your parking brake works. Great. To disengage, you just hold this button, pull up a little bit to hear it click, and then set it back down. Your triangles are located behind your passenger seat. Make sure you have those. Your fire extinguisher is located right back here next to your rear fender. Make sure that your little yellow needle is in the green. That tells you this thing's ready and operational, and make sure that pin is in the handle so it doesn't disengage on you. So I guess we'll walk around and do lights. You want to get it and do brake reverse?
Start it off.
Yeah, you can start it. Key is over there. If you're passing the battery, make sure this battery cover is on. That's actually a violation if it's not. Brake? Yeah? So our brake lights are on. Great. And our license plate light is working too. I'll do left. Here's your left signal. Right signal. Right signal's not working. Reverse. Reverse lights are good. And then if you come around here, we're gonna do high, low, left, right, 4. Yeah? Those should be our low beams. There's our left, highs, our right, or sorry, our left. The other one was our right. There's our right. 4s. Good. Alrighty. Yep. Back here, My pre-job fell, so I'll have to dig that out real quick. Oh god. Okay. So we went through all of our lights. We did the horn. Great. Seat belts. Make sure those work. Perfect. As long as you can tug on it, you're good. Open and close your doors. Make sure they latch properly. So, oh, our beacons. I forgot all about our beacons. Turn your key. Your beacon switch is located here on the console. And if you look behind the truck, you should see 2 blinking lights. Those are your beacons. Let's see. We checked all of our under the hood stuff, and we went around the vehicle, checked all that. Make sure you have your proper driver's license. That's just a normal Class G license or whatever your state provides you for a new driver's license. Make sure you have your medical card, proper PPE. That would be along the lines of hard hat, safety glasses, goggles, pants, boots, socks, long sleeve shirt, all that good stuff. Your toolbox isn't required for a DOT inspection, but that's just something we put in there in case you break down. That'll be located in your box. Make sure you get a good night's sleep, and brake self-adjusting or all that good stuff, that's fine. Just check that off. Here's where you put your height. Once again, that's found on the dash. And here's where you put your weight, your gross vehicle weight rating, and that's located on the door jamb. Have a good day.